Well, g'day guys, it's a beautiful morning here with big fog this morning in Newcastle. We're standing here in Islington Park waiting for the photographer from the Newcastle Herald to come down and take some photos and talk about the discrimination we faced. Did a couple of videos yesterday that I didn't post because they weren't good enough for you guys, and rambled a bit, but got a challenge for the Berejiklian government. Premier Alan Jones this morning on his program said that you're a compassionate person. I don't believe it. Not my experience with you nor your government. So I give you an opportunity to prove Alan Jones right. See, your government was responsible for my safety and the safety of every child at school when they were sexually abused. When cover-ups happened for over 20 years, as the brave policeman came out in Newcastle and said, I think his name was Fox. Then you were charged by the Royal Commission to look after us. The Charter of Victims' Rights of New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, Northern Territory, South Australia, Western Australia, Tasmania, and the ACT, and the federal one, all start exactly the same. That victims of crime are to be treated with compassion, respect, and dignity. Then why are you treating victims so horribly? I say you, I mean your government, because you're responsible for Mr. Speakman as leader of the government. Mr. Speakman, our Attorney General, who I met for an hour and a half. Might as well have bashed my head against a brick wall. Promises made and nothing happened. In fact, it got worse. They said I wasn't allowed to phone them. They said I wasn't allowed to walk inside their office because I'd been abusive. No cases stated when it happened, hence my complaint with the Human Rights Commission. So my challenge to you, Premier Berejiklian, is say sorry. ScoMo said sorry on the 22nd of October in 2018. He apologised, but it wasn't his place to, because it was you and your government, your position, and the government of New South Wales held on to at Federation the responsibility for education. Under that comes the responsibility for keeping us safe at school. Fail. 1976. A Morris brother, known pedophile, moved from school to school. One school he worked at for 3 months. Many name changes. Moved, rebadged. Like a car. Well, that's illegal. That's a chop shop. But it's okay for teachers in the Catholic education system, is it? Don't think so. Nor did the Royal Commission. $342.3 million. You were charged with looking after us. How about you start doing it? You show me some compassion. You show me some respect. You show me some dignity and apologise on behalf of the New South Wales government for letting us down, destroying our life. Then you make good. You make changes to the legislation and you make it easier, not harder. Streamline the process for being repaid monies that we outlay to attend counselling. Why does it have to go through an assessor every time when it's already been approved up to $5,000? It's time that the public was made aware of the ongoing abuse of the system in place by your government that Mr. O'Farrell brought in. Mr. Baird changed it and fixed it a little bit, but it's nothing like the original Victim Services was. You ask me the same question 6 times, I give you the same answer 6 times. Of course I'm going to be upset, as would any normal human being. Add on top of that complex PTSD because of childhood sexual abuse. You might think about it. You might like to reinstate that section that was looking after, specifically looking after victims of child sexual abuse, who had a bit of understanding of what we're facing. Not re-traumatising us, not victimising us all over again, nor discriminating against us, because that's what your department's doing. That's my challenge to you, and I'm putting this out to everyone who's followed us walking from Sydney to Canberra. It'll also be sent to all the federal politicians that I met with. So the ball's now in your court. Show us you care more about people than digging holes and building stadiums. Because I tell you what, the Labor government, the Labor members, the Greens, thank you David Shoebridge, you were the one who started the whole Royal Commission. Your public meeting hearing in Newcastle with the Newcastle Herald. I thank the Newcastle Herald too for being courageous, and all those people who stood up and admitted to being victims and survivors of childhood sexual abuse. Help us transition to survivors. Help us to have a better quality of life than we had at the start of this. Thank you for your time. I await your reply.